On this special episode of Decoration Mess, we're going to take an exclusive look at Adidas' new 2024 styles coming this fall. Welcome to this special episode of Decoration Mess. I'm Stefan Baer from S&S Activewear.
And I'm Josh Ellsworth with STAHLS.
All right, Josh, we're going to jump into an exclusive look at the new items from Adidas that are coming this fall.
Yeah, I love these items, and we can't wait to get them in front of you and then also get them on the heat press to talk about how we can approach decoration. Let's start with our first product here.
Yeah, so this is the blend polo, the A590. So this is at retail, this is the go-to polo. And so the difference of this is it's a blend, right? So it's 76%, 100% recycled cotton.
Okay.
It has rayon and then 7% elastane. So it has a nice stretch to it.
Yeah, it really does. It has a great feel to it. That great feel, that stretchability, awesome, but makes us have some special considerations when we're thinking about approaching decoration. And so we want to pick a product that has a little bit of flexibility to the adhesive. It's not a compression piece, so we don't need crazy stretch and recovery. But we do want something that's lightweight, that's going to maintain the integrity of this piece and that moves with the wear. And for that, we're going to lean on our Ultra Color Max direct-to-film transfers and show you how you can accommodate this piece.
Nice.
All
Let's get after it.
Okay. So we have our heat press set up already. I've encapsulated a pillow, heat press pillow, into the bottom of the machine. And the reason I like to do that is because when I load this garment on, I can get a full look at the print location that I want to hit. We're going to go with the traditional left chest. I don't know if this is a rubber or a plastic button, but in either case, I want to protect it. And so I'm just going to pull this fabric over the button.
Nice.
Now the buttons will sink down into the pillow. I'm seeing a very clean look at my left chest print location. Let's check, make sure there's no creases. I don't want to damage the garment. Use a cover sheet. I'm going to check my pressure here. At the same time, that's accomplishing my preheat. And then I have my direct-to-film transfer, and I love this. This is probably what, maybe like a 2-inch by 3-inch logo, about 6 square inches.
It's a perfect size, and I like the way it's set up because it's going to bring the fabric as the background.
Yeah, absolutely. So we're getting that show through. We're playing to the fabric. I'm going to go about 6 inches down from pinching top shoulder for my placement. Cover everything with a cover sheet. And heat apply. So it's 12 to 15 seconds, nice medium pressure. I love our Ultra Color Max direct-to-film transfers because it's one of the few transfer types that you can use with a heat press pillow, which is going to make printing these accurate, but also efficient.
That's great. Yeah, so this line, these are all going to be solid colors. So, you know, DTF, I mean, look at that. It's just so clean.
Yeah, fast, easy, and like, can you even feel that on there?
No. I mean, I said no before I even touched it because I'm so used to it. Yeah.
But it's very lightweight, very movable. Once the adhesive cools down, it's very flexible and stretchable with the fabric. We can decorate that product quickly, accurately, and guess what? That logo cost us about 36 cents.
Wow.
So very affordably as well.
I mean, that's a great point because, I mean, direct-to-film has gotten so popular because of the ease of use.
That's right.
Right? So there's so many options. So, you know, the blend having, you know, the recycled poly, the rayon, then the elastane, you kind of sit there and go, what's going to happen? So direct-to-film is an easy solution.
Yeah, it's a great choice, and it works across the line too. So I know we want to talk a little bit about the style, but before we get to that, the logo, we're seeing lots of texture in this. And so on this interpretation of the logo, I went with more of a patch-like coverage, more of like a single image. And so it can kind of cover that texture rather than the thin lines, which may look wavy.
I got it, yeah.
And so think about your logo, think not only about your placement, but the application area of the garment. If there's texture, we want to go a little bulkier on our logo. We're not really worried about weight at that point, still feels soft.
But it just, yeah, I mean, it just blends right in.
Yeah,
so
this is a cool product, right?
This is our brand new quarter zip that we're adding into the line. You can see, I mean, it's cuffed with texture. It has the chest texture, and then it moves to the back as well. And it has the nice Adidas logo there. You will notice here, all of the new products coming from Adidas, they've changed their logo. They've dropped the Adidas name, and now you have the Adidas mountain.
Awesome.
So it's very clean. And, you know, the whole fall line is going to be introduced. It's very premium. So the market has been demanding more premium polos, quarter zips. So it has kind of a dressier up look, which I think we'll work into now.
Yeah. And speaking of premium, I mean, this piece screams premium, just like the last one we looked at. What's the story behind this piece?
So this is the ladies quarter zip, but this is now full texture. So, you have the Adidas logo on the right arm. As you can see, everything is clean. And so, our question was, again, on the texture, these are some big, ribbed kind of areas.
Yeah, and so you saw in the last interpretation, we can use direct-to-film, but we want to elevate the piece a little bit more. Direct-to-film feels great. It's an elevated look. But there's nothing more elevated than when we go to dimensional emblems and patches.
Ooh, I like it.
And so those sorts of products cover well on this. And we could pick a lot of different types of dimensional emblems and patches. We'll explore those later. But for this piece, we picked your traditional embroidered patch, right?
That's nice.
And so STAHLS manufactures this. It comes to you with the heat-activated adhesive already on back, the nice details so you don't have to digitize. It's very easy to press these. Now, here's one thing. I could press it with top heat only, but it's going to take a lot of time and a lot of temperature, surely going to damage this product. And so we're going to take a quick second to swap out to our top and bottom heat cap press, the Hotronix 360 IQ, and show you the best way for success on these heat sensitive items.
Fantastic.
So we have our Hotronix 360 IQ up to 280 degrees on top, 320 degrees on bottom, and we need to pick a print location for this embroidered patch. So traditional would be left chest.
For sure. Or, on a sleeve. But on a premium item like this, and especially like if you're looking at putting this in a program because it has a male companion piece, I would think a lot of people are going subtle, right? So they want to lead with the premium piece. Adidas is definitely premium. This textured fabric, it has a men's companion. And so let's go with that left hem. I think that looks fantastic.
Yeah, and I'm laying it out in advance. And so this is just a tip because once you get onto this cap press, it's really difficult to line up. And so laying it out in advance and using our favorite accessory, the thermo tape, to be able to hold it into position as we move each piece over to the press. So we'll just put kind of a crosshair there and make it so I can grab my thermo tape after the application in an easy way. Then on this machine, I want to split the garment open, right? I already have the control board set and my pressure set. I did that when we set up the press, and I just want to basically lay this in here. And you can see, if I can get this bottom seam so it doesn't get too much pressure over the rounded edge, that's great. This side seam off the side of the press, and then my embroidered patch starts to conform to the shirt. Cover it with this 1/8 inch foam cover pad, and then we're going to go ahead and lock the machine down for the 30 seconds that the embroidery patch calls for. So
that's great.
This is the same setting used for a hat. You're going to use it on the apparel item.
That's great. No, but I love the thermo tape because you're getting your positioning because the heat's coming from the bottom, I would imagine that's starting to activate that adhesive on the patch.
It is, and you don't have to preheat when you're using bottom heat, and that's really cool. So I can pre-stage everything and then move it through in a very efficient way. As you can see, it takes 30 seconds, so one operator can be working 2 machines to run this job, whatever size it is.
It's nice. Just pops open.
Pops open. I'm going to lay it and cool it down in a flat position, right? And that way it's not staying in a cupped position. And then once the adhesive is cooled down, I can just grab the thermo tape and remove it.
Wow. That's premium. I mean, just that look right there, the embroidered patch. I
think embroidered patches go well with this type of product. It's thin enough that it still moves with the garment, but it's also thick enough where it covers this texture in a really premium way. I think the client's going to be very happy with something like this.
Absolutely.
And to go even a step further is when you're ordering patch products, you save money when you order quantity of them. So if we can take a patch like this and we could apply it across more items or more print locations, that's going to help us as a decorator drive or a distributor drive our overall cost of the program down.
That's great.
So we're going to do that concept. Let's explain the piece first, because I think this may be my
so this would
piece.
be, we had mentioned the program business. So now using that same patch, and then Josh, making the suggestion of quantity wins. This is our new Crewneck. So several things that are different. The texture on this is very unique. It's 76% recycled polyester and then 24% viscose.
Okay.
So it creates this kind of area, it's just different,
Yeah.
right? And it will come from S&S Activewear with the Adidas logo on the left chest, which traditionally we work with Adidas to move that logo. We kept it here because it's such a nice premium piece. So I'm going to turn it over to you and what you think. I think I know what you're going to do with it.
Yeah, of course. And,
Yeah.
and again, we have many locations open for branding on this piece, but don't be afraid to decorate the right chest with your brand logo.
Oh,
I
for
think
sure.
that it pairs it well as, the Adidas piece with the brand. And so it's really just all about size and placement at that point. And so let's lay this down. And we're working with, it's pretty unique that it's an embroidered Adidas logo. Yeah. And so pairing that with the same embroidered patch, I think is a really cool concept.
I mean, that looks beautiful.
Yeah, and again, the sight line, when you're laying it out, we want to make sure we're in that sight line so we can make sure the position is good. We're going to pinch this top shoulder for the centering of our logo, right? And I'm going to bump it a little bit just to accommodate where the Adidas logo is centered so it pairs really well. And I'm going to use the same thermotape that we just used. Do the little crosshair, fold it so it's easy to grab. It's very difficult to grab the thermotape on these textured fabrics.
Yeah.
I've learned that in the past. So just taking that little extra step
Press
to
it
pinch
down.
that, right? Perfect, right? And so step back, make sure I'm straight on everything. Looks good to me.
Sure.
And now, again, we're going to move it to the same hat press. I'm going to split this open to try to get to a single layer and then just kind of drape it onto the press in a good way.
And again, that thermotape's just holding that in.
Yeah, it's eliminating all that risk. And then we go ahead and press it for the same settings. The 30 seconds, 280 on top, 320 on bottom. This was a launch piece, so we'll see how the fabric reacts to the heat. So this will be the first time we tested this one, but
for sure,
I think we have a high probability of success here based on the bottom heat.
Your odds are good.
Odds are good.
I'm with Josh. Okay. So very good stuff. I can't wait to see this piece because so many people are trying to lead with brand now and then add their logo. And again, we mentioned subtle locations, but this, obviously, you're next to the Adidas logo and, you're basically stating, I'm an Adidas guy. And
yeah, I mean, that looks
wow.
solid, right? And then the texture will flatten a bit when it's pressed. So I would recommend, having a brush or something here, I know, and kind of brush your texture back out, just like we would work with the Sherpa piece to brush that texture out. But the finished look, pretty awesome.
That is very cool. And then, side by side, again, you're looking at that, branding. That is just clean.
Yeah, absolutely. And we're not done with this piece yet.
I love it.
We wanted to step it up and show you one more potential treatment. And we're going to work with the back yoke here. I'm going to fold this so it doesn't fall off the table. But that back yoke's a great placement. And, there's lots of different choices that you can use across this fabric. So we can do things like an embroidered patch, which we've worked with and really elevate the piece. We can use flex style, which is like a rubber-like texture. We can use PVC, which covers really well. All the same settings on the heat press, 3D embroidery. And what we're choosing to do here is a little tonal player signature. So this is a kind of a classic piece. You have that little extra branding element, and the perfect place for that is a sleeve or a cuff or a back yoke. So
like when working, because this is a heavier garment, right? So it can hold that patch. Is there kind of a threshold? Or patches, I've handled those with you. They're really light.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah. No, I think that, having any bit of thickness is going to help with the execution of that. And so even thin lines will work well across the textured fabric. Yeah. Oh, I think I got it. So back in action. So I thought the signature would not come off. It actually is showing a feature that we do on this product is that to prevent this, we double up on the carrier, right? And so I was releasing the top carrier and not the bottom carrier. So I have to get my fingers down to the bottom carrier. Now it's a lot easier, okay? So on thin lines, you're gonna get a double carrier, and that way everything can remain free floating and come off. So that's what happened in that little period of time is I didn't think the signature was releasing, but it absolutely was. I just wasn't peeling down to the back plastic far enough. Again, we're gonna I might be able to do, single piece of thermotape. I feel like I have good bond to this fabric, so I'm not going to overdo it and waste the tape. And it's very easy to move up, position into place. Again, collar coming off the edge, all a single layer. Cover it with my
cover pad is right over here.
1/8 inch
Yep.
foam cover pad, and lock it down. So
No, I'm excited to see this because I mean it's a nice tone on tone, which is a great option. People, again, it's about being subtle, right? Because the branding is going to evolve, but the market is kind of demanding more subtle decoration, so it gets worn more, right? You're leading with the brand, so people are leaving the workplace and not changing in the parking lot to go home, because it's a nice piece.
yeah, and I love the tonal decoration, especially when we're playing a little bit with just slight differences in the tone and gloss levels on products. This is a pretty matte finish fabric, and so working with a product that has like a slight sheen or gloss to it is going to show really well here. Right?
Nice.
And again, we'll want to brush out where it flattens, but at the end of it, you got a really nice
That is
tonal brand
That is
location.
just a nice touch. Awesome. So thank you, Josh, for always getting so creative on our exclusive line from Adidas. And so all these items will be in the link below. And again, thanks for the time.
Oh, you're welcome. There's a ton of opportunities here, so I hope those watching will check out this product lineup. It's premium. Definitely something you should be incorporating into your business.
Love it. We'll see you on the next episode.